Hey guys, today we will check and see if the 2 antenna version, modified version of the FGr4v2 will actually make a difference or not. I will test it in 2 separate locations. So we will bring the transmitter to some fixed reference points to do a measurement of the RSSI value and the signal strength value that the transmitter is able to show. And as you can see here, very close to the transmitter, we have 100% signal strength and minus 21 dBm RSSI reading. Interesting to see if it actually makes a difference, and we will also check if the additional unused antenna port on the PCB or on the inside of the FGr4 is actually enabled or not. And here I am in my work space, and you see there's a signal strength of 100%, and we have a minus 66 dBm. And this is again with the 2 antennas installed. I'm here in the garage, and I'm currently testing the dual antenna modified version of the FGr4g or whatever it's called. And we see here we have a signal strength of between 75 to 79, 80. And we have a minus 91 dBm RSSI. Let's see if it makes a difference to remove the antennas. Okay, so now I will just remove the optional antenna I added to see if there is actually a difference. Okay, so now we removed the optional antenna I added just to see if it makes a difference. And so here we have the unit with only 1 antenna. Let's see how the results are with only this 1 antenna installed. We will close the door. We will go into the office. Close that door as well. And go check. What it says here on the transmitter. We now see a 95% signal strength and a minus 81 dBm. Very interesting. This is much lower signal strength and RSSI readings. And so here we are in the garage, and we can see now the signal strength is 76, 77, and we have a minus 92 dBm, minus 93 dBm reading on the RSSI. Signal strength dropping a little bit, 72. Lowest reading, highest reading, 76 or 8 or something. Okay. Let's remove the last antenna just to see how it performs without any antennas at all. And so now we removed the last antenna just to have a baseline for no antennas at all installed. Let's see what that means. So here we have the receiver without antennas at all. Actually, with no antennas installed at all, we actually have, when we are here very close to the receiver, we have a reading. Not the best, but let's go check it out in the reference spots that we have. Okay, so we have absolutely no reading when we are in the first reference spot, which is the one that's closer by. So it makes no sense to go to the garage and check for the reception there. So now I'm installing the optional port here only. So let's check the performance for this port that some claim to be non-functional on this particular unit. Let's check it out. And so here we have the receiver set up with the optional antenna only. So let's see if this port is actually working. We now have the optional antenna only installed, and we can definitely see that we now have reception in the first reference measuring point here in the office, and we see very good reception. I believe I can't remember, but I will definitely show you the results on the screen, and then we can summarize in the end by me probably analyzing some of the data and giving my conclusion. And here we have the second reference measuring in the garage, and we see definitely function on the secondary port that is non-utilized on the FGr4v2.
So what we see here is a list of the 4 configurations tested in this video, and from the top we start by testing the 2 antenna versions. Then we have the original setup only using 1 antenna as it came from the box, and that has been used here as a baseline. That's why you see the summarizing table to the far right side of the table. You have 100% saying that that's the performance out of the box. So that's the one we are comparing it to. We have the 0 antenna version being non-functional, and then we have the 1 optional antenna port in the bottom there, showing very similar performance to the 1 original out the box performance. And so I think the main takeaway here is that we have the 2 antenna version actually performing better in this test, as averages 3% in signal strength and 11% for average RSSI value. And something that's probably not to neglect as well is that you also see a high degree of stability when you look at the fluctuations of the numbers in the screens when you compare the 2 antenna part of the video to the 1 antenna, either the optional or the original state. And another important takeaway is also that the optional antenna port is actually functional. We see this in this test for sure. And so I'm yet to see the benefit in the real world, but I think this I will definitely install this in my speedrun car and see how it performs, and probably also do this mod to some of the boats I have. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye.